To the rescuers of sanity, we are indebted to you. You are the watchmen and defenders who, by great personal sacrifice, protect the most essential of human principles. As without these principles, the human being becomes a no-one, a corruptible drifter seeking power at the expense of life's sacred meaning. When meaning dies, so too does culture, and when culture dies, tyrants will eat us alive like a cancer. We all know the list of key globalist players who use identity politics to sow division. The liberal world order is not new. Mao, Lenin, Stalin, Hitler, Chavez, Castro, on and on. We hear them today, just a modern version of the same old smooth talk, spoken from political podium puppets, subverted professors, the mindless squad, the Davos cult, and the pay-for-play, pharma-sponsored talking heads of the mainstream media. These brave new world overlords have transformed the individual into a rudderless, pill-popping robo-wokebot who no longer knows what it means to be human. We're told you will own nothing and be happy. What they mean is you'll own nothing, not even yourself. So the watchmen and defenders at great risk to themselves are screaming from the rooftops. But these noble souls embody only 2 of the 3 requirements needed in preventing cultural implosion. What's the 3rd? That's where you and I come in. Nietzsche said it best, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." While our heroes address the who, what, and where, you and I must address the why and the how. Answer this: what holds a free people together? Culture. And culture is made of 3 things. 1, a trust-building set of customs. 2, a shared spirit of collaboration. And 3, a reason to care, a reason that affirms life. Why? Because the meaning of life goes far deeper than the fear of pain, the desire for sensory amusement, and the vengeance propagated by the fake news vitriol and scapegoating. While our heroes aim to repair the first 2 pillars of culture, you and I need to repair the 3rd. We must broadcast a sufficiently meaningful reason to care. For millions of years, the safe transport of our DNA down the river of time has required a life-affirming story of why. And that why is the raft upon which a human lineage travels. Can a person be sufficiently inspired to perform life's tasks if they lack a motivating story of why? A proper story makes us fall in love. Falling in love makes us care, and care is what inspires us to tend to life's tasks. Care gives meaning to our acts of trust-building and collaboration. This is what freedom demands of its people, its families, its communities, and its nation. A free nation is one where parents understand that the greatest gift we can give a child is a story that inspires them to fall in love with life itself, hence a story that inspires care. If the child doesn't fall in love with life itself, then no matter their circumstances, they'll feel like they have a gun to their heads. They'll feel like victims even when they're not. All who see what's going on today can see that propaganda works best on those who are not victims, but who feel they are. Therefore, a child must be given a story of a world worth caring for. I do not mean a world in distress, a world that needs to be saved. I mean a world that has objectively worked well for billions of years. A world that need only be supported and tended to on its terms, not ours. The current use of old Marxist strategies has successfully saturated media and universities with stories of climate change, oppression, evil, and horror. These stories are meant to terrorize children and force them into a fight-or-flight reaction, which is how sleepers, terrorists, and indoctrinated slaves are made. Children need a story about a world that offers drinkable rivers, mouth-watering natural foods, and beautiful vistas. A world where, like magic, when a finger is wounded, it heals itself. A world where friendships make fulfilling collaborations, and collaborations make fulfilling friendships. Does that not speak to the truth? When a child sees that the foundation upon which existence emerges is good, they quickly recognize that the world stage deserves our highest respect. We are dependent upon Earth. Earth is not dependent upon us. We are guests. Unless our children are inspired by this goodness, inspired to become stewards of both the community that protects them and the landscape that feeds them, then no amount of trust building or collaboration will save us from tyranny. So where have our most life-affirming stories gone? Where are the stories about dignified adults who, when no one is looking, choose to do the right thing? Such stories are no longer given to us from the mainstream or from Hollywood. Where are these important stories? In you. They are you. You were shaped by events that have inspired you to care. You must tell these stories. We must. The three protectors of any free and dignified culture are 1. The watchmen, 2. The defenders, and 3. The firekeepers. That's you. You are the firekeeper that must offer your child a reason to fall in love with life itself, a reason to care, a reason to participate in holding the fabric of reality together.